let me tell you why you are so blessed in so many ways. Lenny Wennerstrom with you, and it is May 15th. That's a very exciting thunderclap just for you. May 15th, day 136, 230 days left in the year. 2024 is 37.16% complete. Complete with thunder and lightning and all kinds of fun. For me, it's the first spring, really spring rain, because what we've had is snow. So very unlike the weather to snow this time of year. Anyway, May 15th. So let's talk about why you are so blessed. What I use for a tool to help you find your purpose, because that's why we're here, to help you find your purpose. I use Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book. Each day I read a passage to you, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. And Dr. Shad Helmstetter gave me his blessing to read this on YouTube every single day. Isn't that exciting? Or on social media anyway. Okay, so let's read the passage, because I'm very excited to share something with you that is very exciting to me. So I'll share that in a minute. But first, here's the passage. I have spirit. Okay, I was just, I read this and I feel like going into my cheerleading days. I have spirit. I have faith. And I am blessed in so many ways. I am filled with life, full of hope, and determined to live up to my greatest potential. Are you determined to live up to your greatest potential? Let's turn it around. You know how we do this now for the last 4 days. I love it. I think it's actually more than that. You have spirit, you have faith, and you are blessed in so many ways. You are filled with life, full of hope, and determined to live up to your greatest potential. And your greatest potential is unlimited. And the more that you recognize your unlimitedness, the faster you grow and expand. So I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share, it's really it's a win for one of my clients, and it was a challenge, and now it's a win. And it continues to be a win the more that she practices this. And she was having a difficult time at work. And years ago, she had, it's almost like PTSD is what she was feeling, because there was so much chaos in the company that she was with. And she always felt like she had done something wrong. Now, remember, we talk about neuroplasticity and we talk about programs, the 90%, the unconscious that we don't even know about. Who knows what was going on in her mind, or what previous programs, those programs that were running to have that fear. And just the other day, she had, her new company, had something come up, and she felt that sense of panic, the anxiety, the tightening of the chest, the stomach that was just rumbling. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever had that just like feeling that you just, something was wrong and you had done it, and what had you done? And already you're thinking, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, and just had this like, you bad girl, you bad boy. It's a program, by the way, and we know that with neuroplasticity. But here's the win. And this win had me on fire today. I was so excited. It was that she instantly, due to the coaching that she's had with me, due to listening to self-talk and rewiring her brain with positive programs that she wants, taking control of her life, taking control of her time, setting good quality goals that work for her, learning how to do that as a skill. All of these things came into play, because they always do, and self-esteem. So, and more than that, just everything overall. And she became aware that she was feeling that way. And guess what happened? It dissipated. It's like, this is a program. This is a program. I'm not that. I'm not, I don't have to feel this way. Have you ever been aware, like absolutely fantabulously aware of being aware? of what's going on in your life. These, let me eat my hair for you. Oh my gosh, that one little hair just blew right into my mouth. It was like an open target. Bullseye. But have you ever felt like that? Have you ever had a situation where you just feel like you've done something wrong and it just, until someone exonerates you or it doesn't turn out to be the story in your head that you think it's going to be, do you have that panic in your stomach and you just like can't breathe, you know? And then have you ever recognized that that's just a program running in your brain that you get to neutralize by understanding that's just a program, that's not who I am? That was a win. I got so excited. I wanted to share that with you because, you know, sometimes I'm very general about my clients and the successes that they have. I tell you that, you know, that they're having success in so many areas of their lives. And I wanted to give you an example from today because, you know, I get them so often, and I'm very careful to be, you know, as protective or as anonymous as I possibly can, yet still share the message with you. Because when you understand the power of the self-talk, even if you were not getting coaching, even if you weren't doing that, if you had that app, the self-talk language app, to change your programs and rewire your brain with positive programs of your choosing, that alone would just catapult you into having moments like that where you are absolutely in control of your life, and the things that are so intense, those feelings, those emotions that come up, because they're based on programs, and it's usually an attitude. Could be an attitude of fear, could be an attitude of whatever that attitude that you are feeling about that, about something that just comes up. You get to neutralize that by being aware and making the choice. And this is also about choices. No, that's not who I am. That's who I was with those old programs, but I'm rewiring my brain. Those emotions, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Many of those things just don't belong in your brain, those negative programs. So from Sesame Street, I better give credit to that song that I probably just made sound very awful. But, but my point is, that does not have to be you. That is not her. That is my client. Is when she recognized it, she immediately made that shift, having that awareness, made the shift to move away. And another thing that I would say that you could do in that situation is then turn on the self-talk app. You know, push the button, push play, and listen for 15 minutes. Something like to Incredible You, and listen to how amazing you are, to self-esteem, to taking control of your life, living a quality life. Like, there's so many things. Success at losing weight, and you know, stress, worry, and depression. Positive self-talk for stress, worry, and depression. Like, there's so many of these self-talk programs which are the language of positive self-talk. These phrases will change your life. I'm giving you a phrase every single day for finding your purpose, which are absolutely your self-esteem, your can-do attitude, your ability to succeed, your self-belief. The belief in self is so key in almost every single one of these. You'll find that this is the foundation is your self-esteem. The foundation is belief in self. So I find that fantabulous. I was very excited to share the good news. I get so excited when my clients have wins. It propels me. It gives me, it really, you know, it really fills my tank. I'm on full. I don't know, get all the way to full. Look at my little finger. Let me stretch it out there. So unlike my little finger to look crooked. Goes all the way to full. Anyway, my heart just fills with these successes because it might seem like something very small, but if you've ever had a panic attack, anxiety attack, fear that you were wrong, fear that someone was angry with you, fear that you don't know what's coming, the unknown, fear of the unknown. If you've ever had those like gripping, this is good news for you. This is good news for my client. This is good news for all of those who really understand neuroplasticity, and that the researchers of neuroscience have told us that you can rewire your brain, and that you can rewire all of those programs, those mental programs running in your head, the 77% that are negative, and they stop us in our tracks, and they are even harmful. So you can change those programs. So I'm very excited to share that win with you, because that was a challenge for her for so long. Wow, there was a big old lightning thing. Let me see if you could hear the thunder here. Let's see. We'll do it this way so you can see some thunder. Hear the thunder roll. It's such a gorgeous day. It's a little bit on the chilly side, but let's see if lightning. Everything is. Look at my little wasp nest. It's to stop wasps from coming up here. And then there's a hornet one over there, the gray. I'm just hoping. And all of that's the new grill that hasn't been put together yet. So I'm sure you wanted a tour around my deck. So you're welcome. See if there's another thunderstrike. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and just know that I love you so very, very mucho, and that you are doing amazing, and that every time that you become, when you're mindful, and we talked about mindful is actually one of the rules of neuroplasticity for having success, is being mindful. That's the first one. And that's being aware of being aware, paying attention to paying attention. And when you do that, and when you have the tools, like these life concepts that I teach in the coaching, it's and I'm sharing them with you here. But when you have those, you oh, there goes my mascara. But when you have those in your back pocket, you can just whip it out, that card, and say, I am aware of being aware, I am observing, and I know that that's an old program, and I'm going to change my program, and I'm going to listen to self-talk, because this is your computer, the brain, that's your hardware, and what goes in the software are the programs. And you were born at the moment you were born, actually before, but at the very moment that you were born with a pristine, open mind, a clean slate for becoming absolutely unlimited, having full potential and promise to do absolutely anything that you wanted to. And then you got programmed over 148,000 times, even if you lived in a reasonably positive family. You were told over 148,000 times what you couldn't do, what couldn't be done, why you couldn't do something, and that maybe even you weren't good enough, you weren't strong enough, you weren't tall enough, you weren't short enough, you weren't something enough. Or as a family, you were poor, and you would always be poor. Every single family, no one went to college. I mean, there's so many programs. You were told when you get older that your brain no longer works, and that, you know, you'll just by watching society, these are programs. Just by watching television, the media tells you what is pretty, what is ugly or unsightly, like a blemish. Get rid of it, put toxic stuff on it. They don't tell you that go inwards and find out, clean your liver, you know, do all of these things. This, in fact, the self-talk for health and fitness, and for losing weight. Dr. Shad Helmstetter lost, I've shared this before, and I think it was like 54 pounds in 10 and a half weeks just by listening to self-talk for losing weight. Why? Why did he lose that weight? I mean, he had obviously studied this. He's done this for over 40 years at this point, and studied human behavior. I mean, he has a Ph.D. in all of this. And so why did he lose in 10 and a half weeks 50 something pounds? I think it was close to 60 pounds, like 58 pounds, something like that. But why did he lose that weight? He lost that weight and never to put it back on again. These are permanent changes because these are programs that you want in your brain with this self-talk language. So why did he lose the weight and keep it off? Because it was about self-esteem. It was about self-esteem. When he put in positive, high self-esteem, all of those old programs that were low self-esteem, he now had like very strong self-esteem, and the weight went 10 and a half weeks. That's less than 3 months, which he carried for so long and yo-yoed dieting and all kinds of stuff. So what could you do? What could you do with your life when you rewire your brain? Just like my client, that my beautimous, fantabulous client that is having success. So many of them are just having immense success in it. Oh, there was a big old lightning flash. Did you see it? Like in the window? It's like the most amazing thing. Ooh, spring thunderstorm. I love it. And at least I don't have to have a big old coat. When these successes, these are leaps. These are like quantum leaps through the human experiment. And I share this with you because if one human can do it, another human can do it. By the way, we are one, right? We are all individual expressions of the one source, the one God, the one creator. We are all individual expressions of that. So it's just a matter of degree. So just like the ocean has all a drop, right? It has all the constituents of the ocean in that drop, as do we of the one creator. We have all the constituents. It's just a matter of degree. And then that drop, it's flying around, wee, it's having fun. So its individual expression, it's like wee out there having fun. And then it goes dee 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 dee, psh, splash. And it goes back into the ocean and becomes the ocean, which is what we do. We have our individual expression, and we're like, wee, and then ah, and then arr, and then all the things that we have, all of the human experience. And then we go back to the one and become the one again. So, the end. I love you so very, very mucho. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope that you will share this if you've enjoyed it, if it has been helpful to you. I would love to see your comments. I love to engage in comments. I would love if you helped me to grow this channel and reach more people, so that together as peeparoos of kindness and happiness and wanting all of us to have success in every single area of our lives, that we can spread the ripples of love. That's what I would love, and I would appreciate it so very, very mucho. And I love you so very, very mucho. And you can do this. You can find your purpose. Remember that in everything I talk about, purpose is here on planet Earth, having your purpose, just having that purpose, knowing what it is, and moving forward. You have direction, and you know you have meaning in your life, and you know where you're going. Even if it's not like super, super clear, the more you set a goal to find your purpose, and the more that you are intentional about finding it, and the more that once you know it, you move into it, you get the skills to expand it, to grow it, to blossom within it, and to share it. The more you move into that, the stronger it becomes. Isn't that exciting? I just get excited. Life is so exciting. Okay, you beautimous peeparoo. Thank you for listening today. And as always, shining my light to brighten yours. And we will see you tomorrow.